The reason that your ex is reaching out to you and then suddenly disappearing is because they're falling victim to the nostalgia principle, where they momentarily want to relive some of the best moments of the relationship. After they reach out, though, they start to second guess themselves. They fear loss of independence again and they bail, which creates a complicated mixed signal for you to sort through. This is doubly true if you actually respond to them when they reach out to you. You see, avoidants love nothing more than the concept of the Phantom X. Now, the Phantom X is a concept well known, but we're going to add a little interesting twist to it. So first things first, what is it? What is the Phantom X? Well, the Phantom X is, in your ex's mind, they have a story of the one that got away. That one ex that if they could just get back, all would be right in the world. But it's actually designed to be that way. An eternal beacon of light that the avoidant can never reach, designed to keep all other romantic attachments away. It's a failsafe. And according to Free to Attach, one of the best avoidant websites I've ever found, the Phantom X operates because there is/was distance, not because the relationship was successful, but a fixation with a past partner affects budding new relationships, blocking them from getting close to someone else. Why this is important is because avoidants don't really want any romantic connections that threaten their independence. So what better than setting up a situation where it's impossible for someone to get close? Now, we've noticed a lot of exes like to paint you as the Phantom X, and in their mind, they build up the positive moments of the relationship, a la the peak end rule. Now, if you don't know what that is, I highly recommend you do some research on it, but essentially, the simple version is an argument that human beings really suck at remembering entire experiences, so instead they compartmentalize them into two distinct points: the peak moments of the experience and the end moments. Essentially, what we think is that your ex is reaching out because they fall victim to having nostalgia-based sort of experiences on the peak moments of your time together. So weirdly enough, on the outside of the breakup, usually your ex is hyper-focusing on the end of the experience, the really horrible parts. But after time goes by and the nostalgia kicks in, they start only remembering the peak of the experience. And this brings up an interesting question. Is there ever a time when an ex reaching out to you can be authentic? And really, I think we need to look at the meaning formula for that. So I'm going to teach you a universal formula for measuring attractions, so get your pencils out. Here it is. Undivided attention equals interest. So let's first apply this to your life before we start applying it to your ex. Think of the last time you gave someone your undivided attention. For me, it was a book editor that I hired. So one of the dreams that I've always had has been to sort of be an author, like a full-time author, and that being my job, helping create a story that people become obsessed with. So starting in 2020, I began the process of trying to make that dream kind of come and be a reality. So I started hiring teams of individuals to help create an experience like no other so that I can kind of do that full time. Now, among those individuals was a book editor, and a really good one too. So every Tuesday, still to this day, we meet, discuss the craft of writing and how I can improve. He has my undivided attention because I'm extremely interested in what he has to say during those moments. Now, there's no obvious romantic connection there, but that's not what I'm trying to dive into just yet. What I'm simply saying to you is that if you give someone your undivided attention, it's a good indicator that you are interested in what they have to say. The same principle applies to your ex, except here's the fascinating thing. The more undivided attention that your avoidant ex gives you, the more likely they are to have their avoidant side triggered. So it's really frustrating. So why do exes reach out and then suddenly disappear? I think there's a lot going on, but here's the cause and effect that I think occurs. Most of our research has been revolving around avoidance. So the first thing I'd look at is whether or not your ex is avoidant. If they are, then it's highly likely the following cycle is going to occur. A good amount of time is probably going to have to gone by post-breakup. Then the avoidant ex will fall victim to the nostalgia principle. They start daydreaming about your peak moments together. They want to relive those peak moments. They paint you as the Phantom X, the one that got away. This causes them to reach out to you. But reaching out to you has removed your Phantom X status, and they start to fear that they'll lose whatever distance they had to protect themselves. They feel like they're going to lose their independence. Worse, the more interested they become, the more undivided attention that they give you,